January 5th, 2022. First visit of the year to Sir Harold Hilliers Gardens. It's a nice frosty morning. Looking down the valley, there's still frost in the shaded areas, which is a good sign. So we'll find the right spots. Grasses, they have many grasses at Hilliers, all types, always very pretty. And the cornice there's about, I think there's 4 different colours of cornice of different types. It's the red one. This is best called a flaming orange, I would think. It's very, very brilliant, very catching, eye-catching. This is the winter gardens, which is it's nice. It's somewhere you can go this time of the year, maybe a little bit early, another month perhaps, it'd be better. But the heathers and all sorts, and hellebores, everything that you could wish for, and is just walk around, crisscross paths. It's very, very pretty. Bit of heather there coming up. There's a rather nice bush. Still slightly early for heathers. And here is a camellia. Now it's in full sunshine, so it's way ahead of anything else we might find today. But it's a really spectacular bush, and early too. I think when we get up the top end of the gardens, they'll be a lot later. Quite magnificent. There's some beautiful lichen here on this. It's a small shrub really. I think it likes certain types of tree. It doesn't grow everywhere, but it's really very attractive. As is this. I'm not sure what this one is. Yeah, it's got the lichens on. Close up of the actual flowers, I guess. Apologies for the shaky camera. I was using a different holder than I normally do. I normally have a gimbal on which steadies the picture of it. I tried something different, it didn't really work. Lovely frosty grass here. This grass is normally black, and it's changed colour completely. And this is the same thing, it's a beautiful multicolour leaf, let alone ground cover. All the red cornice. First daffodils I've seen this year. There's the yellowy green cornice. Really beautiful with the dark ground covering plant below it. We're still in the winter gardens at the moment, which is it's the first place you come to. It's around the back of the reception area. beautiful frost on the leaves. I'd love to go there when the snow is on the ground. That would be spectacular. I think that's a viburnum of some sort. Cyclamen around the base of a tree. This is called a Chinese paper bark tree, maple tree. Its bark peels off, it's quite spectacular. Now we're heading down, I think they call this Pacer Walk. It goes down around the base, bottom of the, there's Mahonia there, it goes around the bottom of the gardens and eventually into an area of conifers. There are many, many conifers here. It's as I said, everyone, but there's an awful lot. Again, it's shady down here, so we've got lots of frost. Up through there, that building is the children's tree house, which is open again now. It was closed for a long time during COVID, but I see they've reopened it. A long time. And this little bush we're approaching, it's not a bush, it's a conifer. It must be a very tiny miniature one. And it's got, it's a lovely colour, but it's got frost on the top, which makes it quite attractive. And the same with this one opposite. It's a green pendular conifer with frost on top. Now we're right round the bottom of the Arboretum now. There's always a lot of mistletoe in that tree. It's I suppose nobody can reach it anyway to get it down, but it's amazing how much grows on that one. I don't know what that tree on the left is. I've never been across to look at it. On the right it's mistletoe, but the left is a different tree altogether. And now we've reached the pond. The pond is always a place to visit. Each month of the year it changes. At the moment it's being cut being cut well back around the outside, but it's always attractive from whatever angle you get to. And the sun catches the trees, it catches the reflection of the water. Well worth the walk down around to it. And this is German's house. It's now a restaurant. We had lovely lunch in there. And later in each spring, it's a Magnolia Drive. Each side of this green grass area. Moving up round to the top now, towards the main road, which is just over the boundary. More of the lichen. And like in the camellias, now the camellias here are much later, and lots of buds there, but they're in the shade basically, so they don't get the advantage of the sunshine. There's a whole area here of camellia trees. There's a red one like the one we saw earlier. Little beauty. That's a beauty.
I love their glossy leaves.
Yes, the leaves are really nice. So many buds come out. Wish they'd all bloom together. Going around to the top of the Centennial Border, which was created about, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe a bit more. It's a path both sides. It's long, it's very, very long, and it's, although it's fairly dormant now, it can be, through the season it's quite spectacular. The old hydrangeas are very pretty when they're over and dried. Oh, these are very nice. This is the spiky ones, isn't it? This is the spiky hydrangeas. Remember? Although it's now 1 o'clock, we've still got frost in the shaded areas. This grass is just lovely when it's blowing, and I had to wait for several minutes for the wind to get up. It dropped a minute immediately I got there, and I just waited for a puff of wind, which eventually came up, and it really does show those grasses off to perfection. I thought I spotted some snowdrops from the other side of the trees, and just walked round to have a look. They're not very good at the moment. It's a bit early. I haven't really seen any snowdrops anywhere, and these are rather a poor sample. In that tree, if you can see it, there's a robin on the left hand side of the trunk. There it goes. Rather camera shy. It actually flew away. Lovely tree, lovely colour that. Near on the right hand one.